Welcome back here, everyone. I'm Eric Conert.
And I'm Netta Ramport. Starting today, many school districts across the state, they can make their own decisions on masks for students and staff, and the state's mandate has expired.
Some districts are letting students go maskless. Others are waiting a few more weeks. CBS 8's Chris Groh live at Del Norte High School. One of the schools letting kids ditch the masks here today. Chris, how are the students feeling about all this?
Yeah, you know what was interesting in our conversation that we had with 4 of the students, they were pretty nuanced in their approach for juniors in high school. But you got to remember, they've been dealing with this for the better part of 2 years now, and they put it pretty bluntly. They were looking at how everyone else was taking their masks off, and they wanted to see and know when they would have that option. And, well, today's the first day for them.
Prior to this, it's been a little interesting because you've seen schools as sort of the only place left with a lot more indoor mask mandates being lifted across San Diego, across the state, across the country. So it's sort of interesting that we've been wearing masks ever since we came back, which was around March last year, in person. So it's interesting just coming back and sort of not having that because it's been a constant. I've still got mine in my pocket because every time you step in a classroom, put it on. Anytime you step out, take it off.
And the other interesting thing to note when we were inside Del Norte, both in that outdoor campus, but also going into some of the rooms, was that we were noticing that mostly when teachers were lecturing, they had their masks off. And if they approached a student who had their mask on, they would put their mask on to make them feel comfortable. And that's exactly what the principal and the superintendent of Poway Unified told us, that they want to make sure that people feel comfortable if they choose to continue wearing a mask. And we have to say, it was probably a good 60-40 split of students choosing to continue wearing their mask, at least on this first day. In fact, we saw the dance team at one point outside, all of them wearing their masks. So again, it still remains a personal decision for those in the classrooms here at Del Norte High School and across Poway Unified. But it's also important to note that it also remains an option for teachers and staff. And for a good part of those that we saw instructing, they were maskless.
I do a lot of computer training, like video training, because I don't want to have to talk with the mask on and fog my glasses up and be uncomfortable. So, but to be able to have them have the choice, I really like that option.
And so, look, we did try to get a lot of different vantage points from stakeholders involved in this. You heard from students, you heard from teachers, and we did talk with the principal and, again, the superintendent of Poway Unified, too. But it's also important to note that this is just Poway Unified. This is just Del Norte, that experiences at other schools could be completely different. In fact, we know that San Diego Unified, that they are still going with masks up until April 4th. The same with Sweetwater Union High School District. So, again, if that is something that you're interested in seeing, which districts are doing what, we have an entire list put together up on our website, cbs8.com. Just got to click on that story link.